Venerable Bhante sir, respected chair, my dear co-presenters, a very thin population, but of course our senior chancellors are and scholars are here. So I am elated in the sense that I listened to the Pali text, Pali papers for first time in my life, and I was really thrilled because this is a real experience, Otherwise, I used to read Pali text when I was doing the research on my Jatak studies, doing PhD in Jatak, and finding out some management principles from those Jatak stories. There I used to read those Pali texts. Bhadant Anand Kausalyan did it into, from Pali to Hindi. Pali text was available to me, but the hearing of Pali, this experience is really some wonderful experience, and I am really thankful to my this university, Naganand University, has given such an opportunity. And previous to this session, when I was listening to the papers, impartial judge, and the complications and what are the qualities. And luckily it so happened that the story which I am going to read is Rajavad Jatak. It has the same, connection. So it's something enlightening. I feel that it's all Lord Buddha's grace that it has helped me to understand that story even better. What happened, I will tell you in just few minutes. This Koshal Naresh Prasenjit was a regular visitor, as you know, to Shasta in Jetwan Vihar. So one day he came very hurriedly, and just in a very royal manner. When he went to Shasta, Shasta asked him, "Why are you so late? Today you are so late in the afternoon." Oh, he said, "I was so busy with this case, judgment of the case. It was so complicated case. It was a case of moral turpitude. It took me to it took my veins to understand the depth of this case, and that is why I didn't even get time to take my lunch. And I have very hurriedly come to meet you, sir." So this was not the etiquette. This was not the mannerism of a devotee. It used as a show off from the royal, as if he has done something very extraordinary. So this behavior was something unnatural, not required of a king to talk like that before Shasta. So Shasta told him, and this is written in the Pachupan Vattu, that king, that this is not something external. You are coming to me. I have been, you are listening to my Desna, so Dhamma Desna so many times, and this is no wonder that you have done this you have given the justice in a very rightful manner. But I wonder, when in the past the kings used to give their judgments even better. So how was that happening? Because they were having the qualities which were being discussed in the previous session. You see, the avarice, the greed, the lust, all these have to be removed to become an impartial judge. And so you have, the connotation was that you have not done something which is extraordinary. So why this sort of, flamboyancy? Why this egoism? In fact, in practical situations we find, when we do something, meet some good targets, we achieve something, we feel elated. We become, egocentric. And especially when the people in authority, because they have got so many sycophants also. So they get so many praises and they get themselves into something, extraordinary, a superman as if. So they do then slowly convert into a person who is a dictator. His behavior totally changes. This is what we have been seeing in practice also, in our society also, that when this egoist behavior, when this is inculcated into the personality, it spoils the personality. So this story gives you that how humility is required. When one person gets promotion, goes higher up in the hierarchy, he should become more and more polite. And I was astonished when I found in Japan, the senior managers, the general managers, they bow down more than the juniors. Because, you see, they are up in the hierarchy. They have more authority, but they are more polite. This is what is required. This story tells that. So, to get him the lesson, Prasenjit, the Atitvattu, when Prasenjit wanted to know how in the past the kings behaved, so this story is given, which I am speaking from the Atitvattu. That is, of course, in Pali. I will read that Gatha. Maybe in a 2 minutes later, but let me first explain the background of it, which was evident in my management case studies. What happened, this style of Buddha Ghosh is that he names one king, one kingdom like that. So he gives the name of Brahmadatta Kumar. See, sir, this is a case study. To all my listeners, let me explain you that all these Jatak Attikathas are in fact the management case studies. So here the case study is given that Brahmadatta Kumar was a very just king. He was, of course, Taxila University educated and a very learned person. All that is given in the background. But when he took up the kingship from his father, he was so just that he was full of praise everywhere. So he wanted to really check whether these people are sycophants. He wanted to take the feedback. So he took from the information from the palace. Everybody praised him. He went outside. Everybody praised him. So he went into the villages. But everywhere he got the praise. He went beyond the boundary of his kingdom, and everywhere he found that his kingdom, his rule is beautiful, is just, everybody is happy, the subjects are very much satisfied. So when this king Brahmadatta Kumar was returning, on the way he found that one more chariot is coming, which was king of Kosal. King of Kosal was coming, and the bridge was so narrow that the two chariots could not pass side by side. So what happened? The two charioteers were affronting each other, and now the King Malik, who was the king of Kosal, they are sitting, on the chair, and the charioteer, the driver he comes down and he says that, look here, king is here, so you just pave the way, just let us cross. He said, here, Brahmadatta Kumar is the king of Varanasi. So you should rather make the way. But then he said the two drivers decided, okay, who is senior? Who is so based on the seniority, that means on the age criterion, let us decide who the senior will get the way. But it so happened that both have the same birth dates. Now they started comparing that, okay, what is the kingdom, empire, how much he is having the wealth and assets, or to what clan he belongs and all that. And it was decided that both are the same. Now, what to do, how to compare? So then he said, okay, let us decide on the basis of the virtues that your king is having. So Brahmadatta Kumar's charioteer said, okay, what are the virtues of your king? So there a Pali Gatha is there, which I would like to tell. Dalaham Dalahas Khipati. Please excuse me if I am little wrong in pronunciation of Pali. Dalaham Dalahas Khipati. Malliko Muduna Mudam. Sadhum pi sadhuna jeti. Asadhum pi asadhuna. Etadiso ayam raja magga uyahi sarthi ti. So that means that the king Malik behaves brutally with the brutes, behaves softly with the milds, He wins over the saints very saintly and wins over the wicked wickedly. So dear, understand, give passage. Yeah. So he said, okay, these are the qualities, or is there something, any quality left? The charioteer of Brahmadatta says. He said, no, these are the qualities, but yes, now you tell. If he said that if these are the virtues, then what are the vices? What are the vices your king is having? So he said, okay, let it be vices, but tell me what are the vices of Brahmadatta Kumar? Then he says, Akkodhen jine ko dham, asadum sadhuna jine kadriyam danen sache nalik vadanam, etadiso ayam raja magga uyya isarthi. Meaning, he wins over the angry with tolerance, over the wicked by forgiving them, by doing good to them. He wins over the miser with the donations, the gifts. He wins over the liar by truth. Such is the king. So dear charioteer, you should make the way for this king because he deserves the priority. So listening to these, even the King Malik, he also came down from the chariot and they bowed to the King Brahmadatta Kumars. And this means the humility, that is the prime quality. Even having Brahma Vihars is definitely, and a good, you have to inculcate, you have to practice. But the story says that humility, maybe in all Brahma Vihars both are equivalent, but the one who is having the humility deserves more. And the managerial point, sir, I would like to mention in the last concluding line that the managerial part of the story is given in the last line. And you will be surprised when the resemblance of the characters is done. There it is written that King Malik and his charioteers were Anand and Moggalan. Anand and Moggalan. And Brahmadatta Kumar is Shasta himself and Sariputta. So, sir, nowhere Prasenjit comes in between. Nowhere his character comes in this. So, this is the managerial is that means in the management of the Sangha, Shasta wanted to indicate to Anand that look here, the judgment or the management should be of this type, which is Akkodhen given by this Gatha. So this is the message of the story, that when we perform something extraordinary, it should not become egoist, we should not become humility is the prime quality of a learned man. So thank you very much for listening to me. Thank you, sir. Thank you for listening.